Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes of this keys to victory and just some overall thoughts of what we got going on right now, I want to give you guys a couple updates. So you can find Lil Brunson on FlickChat. FlickChat is a platform that is designed for guys who want to follow guys during the game. Now, y'all know me, going live during the game really isn't my style because I like to be in tune with the game. I say a lot of explicit stuff. I be going crazy. So it's probably not the most suitable for some of my viewers watching me watch a game live via YouTube. But FlickChat gives you the opportunity to follow me step by step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to the description to my FlickChat. My FlickChat in the bio, and I encourage you all to follow me, man. Shout out to you guys for helping me secure the partnership with FlickChat. Is dope. You know what I mean? You can follow me, man. I'm updating you during the week. You know what I mean? It's more evasive than Twitter. It's more personal. I know some of you guys' names. Everybody who's following me, I'm automatically following them back. It's not like you could slip through the cracks with this. You know what I mean? If you want to get my attention, that's the app you need to go to. You know what I mean? Listen, man, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is coming up. Y'all know how I feel about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Y'all know last year, we donated a portion to the Cells to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And, we decided to bring that back. The Print Champs, man. Shout out to the Print Champs and shout out to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. You know what I mean? 50% of the proceeds of any breast cancer Lil Brunson shirts will be going to that donation, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's my duty personally. You know what I mean? Being as though I got 2 daughters, I got a wife, I got a mother, I got a sister. You know what I mean? Basically, what I'm telling you guys is that for real, women make the world go round. So why not, use my platform to show them appreciation and show the women who deal with something like this, you know what I mean, that we here for them and we trying to help fight the cause with them. You know what I'm saying? So look out for those live on the website on Thursday. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys for all your continued support, but let's get to these payments, man. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. The guy y'all looking at on the thumbnail, I'm not sure that a lot of y'all guys know who Mr. Rhodes is. I'm not sure. Because, people are coming to me with mixed statements talking like this is the Philadelphia Eagles' final hour. Like this is the book of Revelations for the Philadelphia Eagles. Like it's just a rap. Like it's a rapsy-scapsy. Like this is the worst they've ever seen us. I beg to differ. My somewhat of a calm demeanor during all of this is only because of the division that we in. It's not because I think we playing solid football. It's because I know that if in this division we got a chance. Listen, if we was in Patrick Mahomes in them division, wouldn't have a chance. Wouldn't have a chance at a wild card, nothing like that. We're not looking at maybe trying to get a wild card. We're looking at we can win our division. Let's just keep it 100. People have fought me all morning telling me that the Eagles was in last place. The media would have you believe we're in last place. The media would have you believe it. And you know what? Had we would have lost the game to the Cincinnati Bengals, I actually believe we would have been in last place because we would have been 0-3 with a divisional loss. We would have been in last place. The Giants would have been better than us. But these are the facts of the matter. The tie was the second best outcome for the Philadelphia Eagles based upon a division that we playing in. 0-3 is a .000. I think 0-2-1 is like a .168, something like that. You know what I mean? In terms of speaking of 500 and win percentage. The Philadelphia Eagles did the right move. That's why I was so upset with Doug Peterson, not wanting to go for it right there. The win wasn't totally in question right there. The win wasn't totally in our hand. Not losing the game was more important than trying to go for it and win it. It wasn't the Super Bowl. It wasn't the next round of the playoffs. It wasn't a do or die scenario. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't important. What was important was Doug made the call that you guys are so upset with. And I'm upset with Doug too for a multitude of things. But that was the right call. We go into this thing in third place, a half a game behind Dallas. And we go into this thing just a game behind Washington, I believe. We are on the right track, ladies and gentlemen. So make no mistake about that. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and say we're on the right track. I don't want to phrase that. You know what I mean? But listen, the tie ain't the end of the world. Second best outcome of the game. I know some dark days. I think some of you guys might be Lincoln Financial Field babies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a veteran baby. You know what I mean? I'm a vet. I'm a baby of a product of the vet. When they knocked the vet down, I almost cried. You know what I'm saying? I know the Rhodes days. I know the Rhodes days. We're too spoiled by the Andy Reid era. We're too spoiled by the Super Bowl. We're too spoiled right now. This ain't the worst. This ain't the worst. When you look at what Carson Wentz has done for the organization already as just a quarterback, I feel we owe him more respect during this 3-game slump than we showing him. That's just how I feel. Now, the list of Carson Wentz's accomplishments have been well documented. Records he's broken, things he's done for the organization. Fastest Eagles quarterback to 100 receiving yards. 100 touchdown passes, I'm sorry. First Eagles quarterback with 4,000 passing yards in the season. We one of the oldest franchises in the world. You know what I mean? And Carson Wentz got that done. So I just feel like a little more respect is in order when you're talking about Carson Wentz potentially being benched to Jalen Hurts. The situation that the Philadelphia Eagles are in is their situation alone. They helped create this dynamic. This is all self-inflicted. That's my theory on this right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is all self-inflicted. They did it to themselves. Now, if you're running around here asking me why I feel that way, I'll tell you right now why I got your attention. When you draft a quarterback in the second round, when you already have a franchise quarterback going into his 5th year, realistically, what type of message are you sending? What type of message are you sending? Are you sending the message that we with you 100%? No. You got Nick Foles out of town to evade a quarterback controversy just to bring one back a year and a half later. I'll never understand it. They created this new version of Carson Wentz, I'm telling you. And now it's up to Carson Wentz. It's up to Carson Wentz to fight through it. Because I'm a firm believer in this. If Carson Wentz goes somewhere else, he thrives. He thrives. This is a scenario that I have nightmares about right now. That Phillip Rivers retiring and Carson Wentz being traded to the Colts. To where Frank Wright knows him like the back of his hand, and Frank Wright is going to get every bit of juice out of him. I struggle with that scenario because it's a really realistic one. Because the fan base that we have is a fan base that is bred, that is fed, and that is fueled off of just destroying some of the only chances we have in key positions in Philadelphia in terms of sports being concerned. How dare we treat this guy like this? Yes, he's playing terrible. He's the worst quarterback in the league right now. Through 3 weeks, yes, he is. I'll say it. And y'all know how I feel about him. But 3 games does not debunk all the work he put in for this franchise. It don't debunk it. But Nick Foles would not have been able to play an entire season and the playoffs and the Super Bowl. He's not built like that. We know who Nick Foles is. We know it. They wouldn't have got it done without each other. I don't even think Carson Wentz in the playoffs in 2017 would have won the Super Bowl. I don't think he had enough experience. I'm documented saying that as well. The bringing the ring to the city was a joint effort, and I believe we did keep the right quarterback, but I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles have to hold some of the responsibility as an organization for even thinking it was a good move in drafting Jalen Hurts. Waste of a pick. Could have been another wide receiver, because look at the wide receiver position we're in right now. Could have been a linebacker, because look at us having to start Nathan Gary 97% of the snaps. Could have been a left tackle, but look at us running around here with Jason Peters, damn near in Depends. And that's the guy we rolling with every week. That second round pick could have been so much more than what it is, but we're going to move on to the next topic. Let's think about some player acquisitions. I really like this one. Hakeem Butler, a former Cardinals 4th round pick, was a wide receiver converted to tight end. That lets me know that he probably was a little slower. I don't know much about him, but a guy that versatile, we need him right now because, Dallas Goedert is on IR. And Carson Wentz, again, is going into battle against some really good teams without no weapons. And the whole city is ready with their pitchforks. They're ready with their pitchforks and torches. They're ready for Carson Wentz to even pass gas. And they're going to say he's not the quarterback for the franchise. But it is what it is. Let's get into the keys to victory, man. To knocking off this San Francisco 49ers team. Listen, the San Francisco 49ers are potentially going into this game without their tight end. One of the best tight ends in the game. Without their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know. He's a pretty boy to me. Really garbage, though, to me. I don't like Jimmy Garoppolo. For real. They're going into this with a backup quarterback. This game is a game that we just must have. We have to win this game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think we're going to be able to, stop their run. But, Doug's game plan has been really trash. With the struggling quarterback, I'll ask you this. Why in the hell are we throwing the ball almost 45 times a game? A lot of people not looking at that. Look at Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is throwing the ball, I believe, an average of 25 times a game. The Philadelphia Eagles, knowing their quarterback is starting, is throwing the ball over 40 times a game in these 3 games. Makes absolutely no sense to me as a football fan. Makes absolutely no sense to me as a guy that watches a lot of sports. It just don't make no sense. Careless football, careless planning. I'll tell you what, if we decide to throw one less pass, the Philadelphia Eagles will be 2-1. 2-1. One less pass out of those 120 attempts Carson Wentz taken so far. Out of those 120 plus attempts or whatever the number is, and we decided to not throw that one ball up 17-zip against Washington when we should have ran the clock out and went into the half, I think we'd be 2-1 right now. You know what I mean? It's just, what are we forcing the issue for? What was the point of throwing that many times against Washington if Deshaun Jackson was on the pitch count? Jalen Reagor was on the pitch count that game. What was the point in throwing the ball that many times against the Bengals when we saw what they did against the run the week prior? Doug's game planning got to get better. Doug's play calling got to get better. That's the first key to me. The first key to me is Doug calling a solid game. This is the first key. I mean, Doug has to be smart. He got to be smarter than what he's displaying. He's played in some big games. NFC championships. He's coached backups to Super Bowls. I don't understand where his brain cells went over the course of last season and now, but it's time for this team to get it back together, man. It's time for them to get it back together. You know what I mean? The first key to victory is a solid game plan. You know what I mean? The second key to victory, in my opinion, is shutting down these guys' run. We want this backup to throw the ball as many times as he can. Now, we saw him basically disembowel, the Giants. But at the end of the day, I feel like that we got a little more dog in us than the Giants. The Giants just laid down, I picked the Giants to win. And that never happens. I picked them to beat those guys because they had a backup quarterback. But the rest of the team is really, really good, so we're not going to sleep on that. But we want to take the run away completely. We want this dude. And he didn't really do nothing spectacular in the passing game from what I saw. It was a lot of scary, quick throws. He was real scared back there, and I believe we got the pass rush that's going to be able to really get after this guy and really make him beat us. Make this backup quarterback beat us. No sticks defense. That's the next key. Jim Schwartz, play regular defense on 3rd and longs. Give your cornerbacks the opportunity to swat a ball down. Cornerbacks aren't expert tacklers. You don't drop them back down to the sticks and make them sprint up to make a tackle. They don't move like that. They're reaction guys. They're not collision guys. But you being a defensive coordinator, I thought you would know something like that. So you know what I mean? No sticks defense is another key. And Carson Wentz has to take his shots. Carson Wentz has to see the defense, know what defense it is. And year 5, there's no excuse for some of the throws we saw. Carson Wentz has to play better. And the way you get him playing better is that you minimize the attempts. Carson Wentz, in this game, I want to see Carson Wentz throw the game 30 times max. That means Miles Sanders, which brings me to my next key. The next key, in my opinion, is more of Miles Sanders. How does Miles Sanders not have back-to-back 100-yard rushing games with the way he ran the last 2 games? How is it even possible? Doug Peterson, feed Miles Sanders. Feed Miles Sanders. Set up the play action. Continue to move Carson Wentz out the pocket, and the Philadelphia Eagles should win this game. Finally, we should win this game by a score of 24-14. I think these guys struggle to put up points. I think we put some pressure up, and I think Miles Sanders gets what he deserves. 100-yard game. Miles Sanders is quietly having a beautiful season. 95 receiving yards in back-to-back games. Real quiet, looking really good, having a breakout year. Had he played the first game, he would be talked about as probably a top 3 guy as far as rushing yards is concerned. I want Miles Sanders to run the ball 30 times in this game. It has to happen. It don't have to happen every week, but it has to happen this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Woo!